Okay, this is a reading for a culprit who murdered someone. So let's just see how this goes. So this is the Bracelet One Healer Tarot now here on YouTube. So let's just see. Universe, give me a reading on this culprit. And will this culprit be caught this year? Before Thanksgiving would be really good. I hear will be jolly. It will be jolly. It would be jolly. Where he don't get any Thanksgiving turkey and all the trimmings from his family. But maybe in jail, they give Thanksgiving food, but it's not as good as home cooking from your family. So universe, give me a reading for the culprit who did this murder. Okay. Okay. He was looking at that the person wasn't worth the cause or worth his time. Number one card. Okay. He was a random rider. And he put the person on exhibit. So we have the person on exhibit would be the person that he murdered. And he was the random rider. And in this storyline, he was the passenger. He wasn't the driver of the car. He was the passenger. And he put the person on exhibit. That means when you're staring at something, like we go in a museum and we stare at a piece of art, is on exhibit, right? Okay? Well, let's flow. Okay. Okay. Something was online. A sale was going to end online. So I'm going to say deep. Got the Gemini. Okay. So let's just flow. An online sale was going to conclude. So forget about it, say sale. We're going to put it with somebody online. It was going to be an end to a feud. Get my drift. A beef, if you want to call it that, right? That's what younger people say, right? It was going to conclude. Follow me? Next one is he was dwelling on the Gemini. Because Gemini was the one who was put on exhibit, who his eyes was focused on, that he didn't think was worth the cause and worth his time. Tension bird. What was it caused tension? Because right now, since then, he was going to enjoy the life that God continued to give him and be happy again. Okay, let's go. He chose himself. Because depression don't last for so long. He wasn't going to be worried up about it. Okay, let's just flow. Okay. He was controlling as far as his money. He was being controlling as far as his money. Let's flow. He looked at the Gemini as the lone wolf. He was by himself. So being controlling as far as the money looked like somebody robbing somebody. If not that, let's say he's looking at duty calls for your person. So duty call for him. So he was paid to shoot him. Or he owed money. Or he was paid to shoot him. That's it. Up there is a bully. Controlling as far as the money. There was a time, some kind of way, where set to make this happen. Duty call for him to make this happen. Because he is dealing with his person. His person is the one that told him to shoot the person. Follow me? Gemini is the one. Follow me? Okay, this person got something on the skin. Or Gemini had something on the skin. Okay? Tattoos. Burns, marks, moles, freckles, dimples, gunshot wounds. Something was on the skin of either one of them. Skin disease. Okay, let's explore universe. me some more about the culprit. I want to hear about this culprit universe. Okay, here we got love making back to back. We got love making back to back. Okay, we have right here that it's obvious that you know something. So it's obvious that somebody knows something. This person didn't have romance in a long time, and he wanted romance, right? So Gemini get along with all races of people. Follow me? The victim, follow me? But he needed to beware of the poker faces. So this person had to beware of this person. So something was seasonal and was in a compartment. So seasonal and in a compartment can simply mean that the gun was in a compartment in a car, or some kind of work was seasonal, get done once in a while or whatever. So the next card is, he was laser focused on picking on the Gemini who was on exhibit. That was right there. Okay, here we have the Rough Rider in the emotional state. So we got the Rough Rider in the emotional state. So we have the Gemini here in the emotional state. So if this is not the Gemini, the Rough Rider, this will be the person who ordered the person to kill. Follow me? Paid him. So we have right here that Gemini was around an idiot, a network of them, with idiot ways of thinking. Okay, so we have number 12. Somebody could have been 21 years old. The shooter. Okay. So this is placing a cornerstone, making a wish, and picking a dream. So Gemini picked a dream and was going to go make it happen. Let's see, I'm trying to get over to the other side. Let's just slow. Gemini was going to have some fun. Might like the color orange. Might had on an orange hoodie at the time. Follow me? So we have this person who ordered the shooting, wanted to know, will his person ever love him? We had competition. Follow me? So we have, these are light green. I have to look twice. Whose blank is this? Because it was glass, where Gemini Mike was wondering who blank is this. So I'm going to take it like I'm going to say it this way. They rolled up on Gemini, where Gemini Mike was trying to look at the car because the car was rolling up on Gemini. So inside of Gemini mind, Gemini Mike was thinking, now whose blank is this? Gemini might have said, who? I'm going to say what Gemini. I'm just going to say the initial because it's probably what Gemini said. Who was these N's? Get what I'm saying? Because that's how some young black people talk. Right? In the mind, though. Not outside of the mind, but in the mind. Because somebody was rolling up, cruising up with the car. Because something was somewhere where it had no business being. And that would be this car cruising up behind the Gemini, beside the Gemini. Behind the glass. That mean the car window. Get what I'm saying? Okay? Because appointment was booked. Book an appointment. So appointment was booked. Right? Because it concluded. It was going to conclude on a certain day. It needed to be done. Follow me? To get a person, right? To kill a person, right? But God saying, was he really worth it? Was he really worth it? You let somebody talk you into murdering somebody. Was this person really worth it? Your friend, was he worth it? You sit and took somebody's life for money. Was your friend really worth it? Okay, let's just flow. Finally, Gemini is in a safe and happy place with God. Follow me? So we have right here that it's easy to leave things to others and just escape. You hooked yourself on and ran from your problems and became a hitman. Follow me? It's easy to leave things to others and just escape. Right? So you ain't asked a whole lot of questions. You hook yourself on. The person said whatever and you jump with it. You jump to it. Right? So we have right here that person was wondering. No, it's right there. You was wondering, could you trust this person? So if you do what this person said, could you trust this person to pay you your money or not to tell on you or whatever? Anything like that. Because the person said, come on, let's get to the melting pot. And this storyline is simply mean, let's make some money. You want to make some dough? You want to make some cash? Excuse my French. He didn't want no excuses. He wanted to know, is you going to do it or you ain't going to do it? He wanted a straightforward answer. Right? So we had the next card. Life journey is calling for. Life journey is calling for you to fight it. Being salary driven. So you're salary driven because he didn't want no excuses. He wanted to know, you want to do it? Will you do it? And you're salary driven and you just jump right in and hook yourself on to what your friend said and got the money, whatever it was he decided he wanted to give you. Right? So let's just see. Because the first card said you was looking and wondering if it was worth the cause and worth your time to murder somebody. Right? The Gemini sign, right? Because you was a random rider and the Gemini was standing there on exhibit. Because Gemini was getting in Gemini's car. But you had a certain time to get this concluded and get it done. Something online was said some kind of way on text or on a computer. You was dwelling on the Gemini because that's the one that you're supposed to be making something happen with. It was tension. And you just was going to go on with your life. And what you did, continue to be happy again. Okay, you chose you and decided you're not going to be sad about this thing, right? Because the person who you did this for wanted romance. Follow me? Universe, you know all about it. You know all about it, universe. Okay, Lord, tell me some more about this culprit. Is he going to see the judge? I can't say going to see the king. Because that song goes with God, going to see the king. But is he going to see the judge? Because I want to say, is he going to see the king? Because when it comes down to law, the judge is the king, right? Justice, right? Is he going to see the king? Is he going to see the judge? And getting the justice that the family deserves? This culprit, okay? So he was paid. He was paid. Everybody can keep their mouth shut because everybody will be in trouble. So we have right here, he wasn't going to postpone an active action. Because this person was keeping this person's options open. He was trying to see if he going to do it. He was keeping his options open. I feel as far as whether or not he wanted to do this or not, or the person who hired him was keeping his options open on wondering if he might have to find somebody else or whatever. So the next card says that he was questioned. Oops. He is opinionized. Wondering if this guy could be a star. This hitman, because that's what we gotta call him, a hitman. Questioning his ability to be a star, his capability. Can he pull his job off for me? Get what I'm saying? So we have, it was 2 things on the internet because he was internet savvy that could help him. So 2 things were said on the internet to him, or just 2 things to help him some kind of way. Where to get the gun from or whatever the things was. I don't know what it was, so I can't put in what I don't see. But it was 2 things. If it's the person telling him addresses, directions, or whatever the person might have said, I don't know. So we have right here, he wanted to sail away from his problems, right? And get away from that rink-a-dink place once this happened. So we got tell her, mention me. Let's flow for a little bit. I need some more cards. Okay, thank you, Lord, in advance for your blessing. He needed to leave this, what was that? I see a pill card, I see destruction card. Let's just go. Okay, here we got. I'm noisy, bear with me. Bear with me. Talking about this culprit. This culprit. I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. We got a Sage on the table, okay? If not a Sagittarius, somebody who act adventurous like a Sage, or any fire sign, or anybody that act like any fire sign. We got an Aries. If not an Aries, they act like an Aries, and that means it's a leader. We got the Leo, center of attention. You know how the Leos act, right? Or we got the Sage. So take whatever traits they have going on with them. Okay, so we got somebody. Let's just flow. Let's see. Take some more out first before I go there. We got Aquarius. We got Aquarius in the mix. Sage in the mix. Gemini in the mix. Okay, so here we have with the money. A lot of money. Whatever amount of money it is. I'm here to lay down next to him or her. So let's just flow. With this card, we're going to say that this is a laying down for money card. So I'm going to say he made the victim lay down. Get what I'm saying? For money. That means he murdered the victim. Get my drift. Okay? Because he's trying to find his uniqueness. Because he was power plagued. Or he was dealing with somebody who was power plagued. We have to turn on the heat. It's really cold. So we got a car here that's talking in the car, by the car, or anything like that. Okay. So we have, where's yours? Where's your money? So some kind of way he might be saying to the victim, where's your money? Where's your money? Where's my money? Do you got any money? Or he just grabbed the person's arm as far as something, whatever he was talking about. Okay. Okay, let me, go upstairs. I'll be right back. Really cold. We got this culprit here. This culprit wanted a windfall. Was challenging. This culprit wanted a windfall. Something on the internet was gonna piss this culprit off, or the person that hired him. Or gonna piss the person off today if they see this video. Follow me if they see this video anytime. Okay? But who cares? I know I don't. Because the culprit put the victim in a sewer. That means as good as trash when you take somebody's life. So the family trying to mend this thing, that means get you behind bars where you belong. Okay? So let me just get up and go and talking in the surroundings, talking in the car, by the car. I'll be back. Bear with me. I'm gonna mess it up this time. Let's see. Okay, we back. Let's just sit. It's a little noisy, so I had to turn the heat on. Somebody felt like they worked on it enough. Can I believe it? Maybe can they believe that the person would act and kill the other person, kill the Gemini. Let's just see. Because the person was questioning the person's ability to even be a star, to be that cowboy. Get my drift, right? To put the work in, as they say, right? Because that person was going to get happy that the Gemini was gone for good. So if the person didn't want the Gemini, the person wanted somebody else, right? So I'm just going to just say the Gemini because that's who on the table right now, right? So let's just flow. This person is guilty. Somebody guilty of saying I love you. I don't know who that is. Let's see. So we got a Pisces or any water sign who judging in the trying times. So we got God's number of grace here. What is this? So silly in me to think that I could fool you. If you met the person, a lady, lesbian, or the man gay, you can still do your God's mission. Because somebody is gay, man or woman, you still do your God's mission. So somebody, whoever it is, you still do your God's mission. So we got somebody with a title, whatever his name is, right? So we have somebody was a judge. So they made it think that I could fool you. So the person who did the shooting could have been a gay person. That's not knowing that. Let me see. Let me see for a minute. They will give a God's mission. Okay, that's it. If you want to be non-religious, will you? Do you know all the facts as far as religion or just about a situation? Somebody wanted somebody to let the person into their world, but God saying keep your dignity, because we hear somebody that's saying that they don't indulge anymore in something because somebody gay and maybe the person didn't know the person gay and they finding out the person gay and that's a problem. Anything like that. So they don't indulge that. I guess they don't want to be around a person anymore or indulge in doing negative things or whatever this is, because this is a Capricorn card, negative. Person wanted somebody to lay off. They don't indulge, right? They can still do God's mission though, whatever mission they feel God had for them to do. So somebody was trying to figure out how to fix something and was chilling while doing it, okay? So we have that somebody clapped back and then somebody decided that they was done with somebody. The Gemini or the culprit, or we got somebody else, okay? The person who set up this hit, because that's what it's called, right? Okay. No weapon formed against me. Chew on it, my friend. So I guess this will be the Gemini. Prayer. No weapon. That goes with God. Prayer. I don't do something no more, whatever it is. So this person was going to do it, make this person feel better and feel good. Never stop wanting the best out of love. And know you had to love yourself first, the Gemini sign. So it was winter time, during the time, snow was on the ground. Okay. No more base conditions as far as growing money, because some kind of way maybe some money was being made some kind of way. Because we got another money card. I thought this was money. Okay, so somebody asked the Gemini, make me love you. Somebody who was part of a crowd. Give me a reason why I should love you, why I should spare your life, or whatever it is the person is talking about. Okay. Gemini must stay on Gemini's path and find other ways to pleasure Gemini's self, or this person need to find other ways to pleasure this person's self, because either this person was a gay person, or saw that pill card before, but let's just see. I don't see it so far on here, so I don't think I saw it. Let's just go. Okay, it'll be the end of the person's money problems, because the person blaming things on money problems. Okay, so making money the wrong way is the way God would want you to make money. Somebody thought they're so smart. Well done. So somebody gonna sit down and gloat about it, because Gemini was a sweetheart. So we have stepping out in the night light with a Sage. So the person was a Sagittarius, or some kind of fire sign, or act like one of them, or got traits like one of them, or was a leader like an Aries, son of attention like the Leo, and just adventurous like the Sage. Did he really even care, this person? Because this person, we got God's number of grace. So we have the Gemini was going to tense up because something was non-negotiable, or you can turn it around. Thinking going on. So we have I'm trying to see, they like green, bear with me. Okay, we had Gemini was going to do what it take to get to where Gemini needed to go in life, or this other person here. Gemini was in affordable housing and decided Gemini wasn't tolerating this person any longer. Well, this is at the cost, so they was uniquers, built in their ways. There's a wide world out there. Just leave. Okay, so we got somebody took the shots, tear down the Gemini sign. And somebody actually murdered Gemini with the gun, where Gemini had somber pain. We got an Aquarius person that was going to be true. If the shoe fit, you got to wear it. Let's see. That's going to testify. Maybe Aquarius going to testify. I want to go home again, because somebody, Gemini or somebody that's in jail, want to go home again. Let's just flow, because maybe the Gemini eyes lied about a connection Gemini had with somebody. So I'm going to look at that, because it's supposed to be for the culprit. So we got a culprit here, and then we have over here. So we have that I'm going for good. Well, somebody was working on it enough to make sure somebody was gone for good. Put somebody in the sewer. Somebody guilty. So somebody gonna say that they love somebody during the trying times. Act like a Pisces, if not a Pisces, who was judging. God's number of grace. Silly of me to think that I could fool you, because if you met the person, lesbian or gay, you still can fulfill God's mission. So we got somebody gay some kind of way in the mix, right? So we have somebody got a title here, whoever it is, title. So okay, do you know all the facts? Do it matter? Okay. If you want to be religious, would you? Because somebody say, let me into your world, but You gotta keep your dignity. So somebody gay and they want somebody to let them into their world, saying I love you. So somebody making a pass, I feel. I don't indulge anymore in something. Follow me. But somebody trying to figure out how can I fix this while chilling, because somebody gonna clap back. Maybe the person saying I don't indulge anymore or anything like that. So the person decided the person is done. No weapon formed. No weapon formed. My friend. No weapon formed against me, my friend. So we have the person was going to do what make the person feel better and good. But Gemini had to love the Gemini soul and only want the best out of love. So we have during the winter time, Gemini had to find other ways to make money. So we had this person in Gemini some kind of way hanging with some crowd where the person said, make me love you, Gemini. Give me a reason why I shouldn't murder you, Gemini. So I got to go that route with it because that's what happened. Gemini had to find, had to stay on Gemini's path. This person had to find other ways to pleasure this person's self because we got somebody who is flirting here, look like. So we have this person thought it would be the end of the person's money problems, or Gemini did at one point. Let's see. No more blaming things on money. So it could have been selling of pills or anything like that. I don't do it no more, anything like that. Somebody thought they're so smart. Okay, somebody was going to sit down and gloat about it because Gemini was a sweetheart. So stepping out into the nightlight with a Sag, or somebody who act like a Sagittarius. But do he really care? So we got God's number of grace, number 5. So something was non-negotiable because Gemini got tensed up. So we have some thinking. Gemini was going to do what Gemini had to do to get to where Gemini needed to go, because Gemini decided I'm not tolerating you no more, because Gemini was in affordable housing inside somebody's house at first. So filtering up the ways. They was uniquers, had something in common. They was friends or whatever was going on here. So just leave, please. So Gemini wanted to leave. Big world out there, wanted to leave, be able to do different things in the world. So we have right here that somebody was taking that shot to tear down the Gemini's self-esteem, but somebody took shots to tear down the Gemini and murder the Gemini, because Gemini had somber pain for sure, because somebody is guilty. Because somebody wanted to be sure that Gemini was gone for good, but Gemini said Gemini was gone for good and was going to get happy to leave to go where Gemini was going, because Gemini worked hard on it as far as making something happen for the Gemini. But this person was wondering, could I believe you as far as getting rid of the Gemini, because I'm talking with buy the car in a car to make sure Gemini get in the sewer. That means get rid of. Didn't want to mend anything. Something is going to piss the Gemini off. Strike that. Something was going to piss this person off. The person who sent the hitman. That person, whoever that is, right? We got more than one sign on the table. Something that was heard on Facebook, FaceTime, Instagram, or whatever it was on. Text, whatever it was on, right? Because it was challenging. Because that person wanted to get the person's windfall, right? So the person says, where your money at? wanted to know where the person's money was because the person wanted to make sure he was going to get paid, I guess. So we have the car right here, talking inside of a car or by a car. The other one was talking in the surroundings. It was talking in the surroundings of the Gemini. And whoever this is that was in the car. So we have Gemini was finding Gemini's uniqueness or this person who did the shooting. Because the person who hired the person was power playing. And this person was just trying to find this person's uniqueness. So this person had to lay Gemini down and able to get money. Get what I just said, right? So Gemini, strike that. Gemini wanted to get out of this rinky-dink place because Gemini was on Gemini's way to go somewhere. That's why Gemini was outside. Follow me? Because Gemini was going to be sailing away from Gemini's problems because Gemini was going out of town because Gemini was a rapper going to do a show. Follow me? Was just ready to leave to get on the road. Follow me? But we have this person here wanted to lay Gemini down for money because a person was ordered to do that, was paid to do that. Person wanted to sail away from the person's problems, make this happen with the Gemini, and then get out of the rinky-dink place. Get away from where Gemini at because two things on the internet was on the internet because Gemini was, not Gemini, the person who did this to Gemini was internet savvy. Right? This person who ordered this hit was questioning the person's ability to be a star, to be a cowboy, get my drift, to get the job done. So this person was keeping the person's options open for somebody else. If not Gemini, if that person didn't fall through, you get what I'm saying, right? So this is the first card because I'm going backwards. This is the first card you heard me say. I went backwards. This person didn't want to postpone an active action because this person was keeping the options open to find somebody else. If this person wasn't gonna be that cowboy and make this happen, what this person wanted to happen, and that is lay the Gemini down. Okay, because it was said to be mistaken identity, but Gemini was the one laying down, so I don't know if Gemini was actually the person that was really the person that was the person that the person wanted, or was it actually really a mistaken identity? I just don't know. Let's just flow. Let's just see these right here. Let's just flow, universe. What dropped? Attempts to find my mother. So we had Gemini, wanted Gemini's mother at the time of all of this pain Gemini was going to. Because Gemini got shot 7 times, including in the head. So it was unjust what was done to Gemini because somebody went to court as far as Gemini, and the person got off 2 times, both times. But maybe that person didn't do it because that person hired somebody. So that's why I keep coming up like that. Okay, so the power stays with the wife, not with the ex, because somebody was jerking somebody around. So power stayed with the person who did the hiring, right? Not with the person who went to do the shooting. Follow me? Because Gemini, felt like Gemini was jerking a person around. Follow me? Or I could just take it to the original story as far as a female. The guy wanted his child's mother back. She found a new man, and he had problems, beef with the new man online or wherever, on text or however he did, and he wanted a piece of him. Get what I'm saying? He wanted to make him non-existent, if I'm saying it right. Get what I just said, right? So we have right here that Gemini was a blessing. They don't even like me. So we have this group of people, or how many was in that car, didn't even like him. Follow me? Here's a blessing, God says. So we have right here, he's in solitude, doing some thinking before I guess he went out to the car, or while he was at the car, or these people was in solitude waiting, lying in wait, or whatever was going on. Okay, they felt like a genius, one of them. The person who sent the person out to murder. Gemini was tattered and needed a miracle from God at that point. So we have right here that when you don't leave your past where it need to be at, you don't function as the human you should. So this man who ordered this hit, he not functioning. He didn't function as the human that he should, because he was still stuck with the past, trying to get his child's mother back who didn't want him anymore. Didn't like the idea his child's mother chose somebody else over him because he wasn't working, or he wasn't coming up to par, or whatever was wrong with him. So he decided he's going to get rid of the competition, what he considered competition. So he's not going to give her a choice in a matter. She wants somebody new, and you're going to make her want you. It don't work like that, sir. Okay? So we have, he's stuck in the past. So that meant he wasn't functioning like God wanted him to function. Okay? This card came, I should have left it there. It was right there, and I shuffled in it right back. I just want to go home again. So this Gemini wanted to go home again because Gemini wasn't home. Gemini was at a friend's house. If he needed help, he couldn't reach out because the phone might have been left in the house. The phone could have been in a pocket. Everything was so fast. Or once this person go to jail, this person gonna want to go home. Maybe this person used this person's muscle to dominate and control and bully the Gemini, because this person shot Gemini 7 times. So we have this person who was ordering this hit, him, because they say he ain't do it. So if he ain't do it, somebody did it, right? If they let him out 2 times, they saying, the court saying he ain't do it. If you let him out, you saying he ain't do it. So that means it's somebody else who did it, right? And if somebody else did it, it's somebody this person know. Get my drift. Okay, so his eyes lied about a connection. So this man he was in jail for a little bit, 2 years or however long they have you in before your trial come. But he wanted to go home again. The original one. Right? But he said he ain't do it, and he got off both times. He was using his muscle to dominate and control. So he had whoever he had then to go and murder Gemini. Because they saying he ain't do it because they let him out 2 times. Right? His eyes lied about a connection. So I'm going to look at it as his eyes lied about a connection with him and his child's mother because she didn't want him anymore. It was over with. Or his eyes, or the person he sent out, right, to go against his competition, eyes lied about the connection. That means it was mistaken identity. Gemini got murdered, and Gemini wasn't the person that the person had the beef with. It was the new guy, and the new guy was not Gemini. It was another guy altogether. Okay? So we have live the best life by getting healed. So the family had to live the best life by getting healed for recovery for a brighter future. So let's just see. Let's see what this is. My lawyer said, gotta remember what God says that you are. So he was saying, he was talking to his lawyer. But he felt like he felt like a genius. He felt like I pulled this off. I'm a genius. Here's a genius card right here. He felt like a genius. Doing some thinking. I felt like a genius. I pulled this off. And I get to go home. 2 trials and I get to go home. Because if he didn't do it with his own hand and he told somebody to do it, it's just like he done it. It's the same thing. Deep. Mention me. Tell her now. So this would be the victim. Mention me. Tell her. Tell who? Your mother, or just tell the rest? Love or who? I don't know yet. Okay? Testifying. Somebody was going to be a place setter and testify. Somebody, or he was. Let's just go and see what's going on here. So we have the shoe fit. You got to wear that shoe. If the shoe don't fit, you know it's not your shoe. Do you play a part in what happened to you? He played a part in what happened to him by simply being by that car at that given time. At a car that wasn't his car. Because if they was looking for a certain person who owned a car and he was at that car and it wasn't his car, even to warm the car up, he played a part because he walked out to warm up the car or whatever. So he played a part in what happened by being out there. Because they was lying in wait, evidently waiting for somebody to come to their car. And if their eyes lied about the connection, and that is not even knowing that they had the right person, just thinking, well, the person going over to the car, they got to be him. Why mention your ex? Giving a person power. It's your turn. Tell her why mention your ex, giving a person power. So, so somebody was mentioning their ex because he felt like it was his turn. An ex, and an ex, that guy who was in jail for murder, is the ex of this female who got a new guy that was a friend of the victim. Okay, let's flow. So we have this person wanted to stamp the person's name on it to hit positive vibes. Get paid and do this job because he felt like it was his turn. To have this woman back. Right? But Gemini felt it was Gemini's turn to stamp Gemini's name on something for positive vibes, because Gemini was living an abstract way of living and was trying to bloom into the flower Gemini was. Follow me? Okay, so here we have Gemini was analyzing and seeing where something stemmed from. So we have right here, temperatures was rising and was out of control. You must control yourself. Your life is your own, don't force it on me. So temperatures was rising with Gemini and the person who was at the car, or with Gemini and the person who was in the house. That was a friend of Gemini's, who I think is gay. Because it said don't force your ways on me, so I feel like do not force it. Don't force it on me. Temperatures is rising out of control. Things stem from maybe going out to the car was because a person was trying to flirt and make a move by flirting and saying stuff, so it pushed Gemini to go out of the house. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. You gonna give me the ride or what? Anything like that to get out of the company of the person? I don't think Gemini saw the person in a long time, so things was a little different, I guess, when seeing the sitting with the person. The person then changed up. Okay, Gemini was had got an epiphany and was jovial. Let's go. So we have I miss you, kiss you, and know you are mine, desire you. Get your mind set to explore the unknown and love. So this person felt like it was his turn to hit positive vibes and stamp his name on it. Positive vibes, being with his child's mother again, and he missed her, kissed her, desired her, and he wanted to explore the unknown and love. He wanted to be back with her again. Maybe she in Aquarius, maybe he won, maybe one of them act like an Aquarius. If not, Aquarius going to be true. Because Aquarius, because he wanted his freedom. He could have been Aquarius, his child's mother. The person who was the head honcho, that person there. The person who hired the person. Well, it is useless to fight about it. Come on, let's go out on the town. Let's have some fun or something like that. Get back with his child's mother. Let's see. Okay, we have somebody who was mouthy here. Somebody was mouthy. What are you going to do about it? So maybe at the car, maybe it was fussing at the car, standing at the car. I don't know. Okay, so we have somebody was hell bent on destruction, continuing the vice. Okay, so you know you must go. So please your soul. So the victim was trying to get in the car, do whatever, because doing what the victim was doing to please the victim's soul. But this person that the victim was some kind of way of misunderstanding came by that car. The person felt like the victim had to go to please the person's soul because the person was hell-bent on destruction. Because somebody was mouthy. And what you going to do about it? And that's when all of this... Okay. Okay, let's just see in reverse. Okay. We have, so I'm trying to, I still don't see the judge card. I see a lawyer. I see a lawyer, Lord. Where's the judge? Judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. I don't see the judge. Whoa. In the court. The court card and the judge card, both of them. Okay, what she know about it? Okay, I'm getting ready to quit it. Even though I don't see it, because I'm going to have a whole lot of cards all over again. I just don't want to do that this time around. Okay, okay, stop. Okay, that's it. Hopefully it's in here. If not, I guess. Okay, somebody was drug addicted at the time, taking some type of drug. So somebody was stolen from at the car. So the victim's life was taken at the car, so we can say that, okay? By somebody who was drug addicted, taking some kind of drugs, was piercing the surface of a thing, was banking on it, 112, 211. He had to get away from the idiot and take back his power. It's obvious that he was going to be scared of nothing. So this guy who was paid, he needed to get away from the idiot. And the idiot, he felt like the victim was the idiot, but he needed to get away from the idiot, and that would be the person who told him to go murder somebody for money. But by him being drug addicted and taking drugs, he took money to go kill somebody that didn't do anything to him. He wasn't going to be afraid of nothing. Okay, and that's what he did. That's why he needed to go to jail. Okay, so we have right here that his mother wasn't emotionally available for him in his life, or he might never felt his mother's love, or the victim mother wasn't emotionally available at the time. He wanted to feel his mother's love, right? So, okay, let's just see. Bear with me. Okay, I'm back. Let's just see. Okay, let's see. Okay, just jumping out at me. Okay. Stop the loss of children if you can. Negative behavior, the devil energy. We got the Capricorn sign, Aquarius sign, Gemini sign, Sag sign, and Aquarius sign. We got all these signs. If the persons was not these signs, they act like these signs in some kind of way. Help stop the loss of kids because it's coming behind the mother. Mother lost her child. She's going to talk about it. Okay, so we have right here that because somebody do something you're good, you can't keep them up in a person's wrong because somebody wanted to plant a seed of playful energy or needed to. So somebody needed some new shoes or wanted something from somebody. If not shoes, the person wanted something, but the other person, the victim, shouldn't settle for the okie doke. Because it was going to be some steps up. Because the victim was going to be going out of town to go make some steps up in the world, right? So we have at nighttime, and it was night, right? So the person was in a person's feelings. Let me see what this is. Person was the victim was doing all the victim was doing the practice or whatever because he was going to do a show, so he had a lot going on. He had the look of confidence because he had to pick one as far as going to do that show he was going to do or whatever this is. Maybe. Make me think it's pills or something. It just made me think because it was a job, some kind of job God didn't condone. Okay, so we have right here. He was looking at what was ahead, but this person was looking at him to see if he's a go-getter. And I'm going to say in here, go-getter, a person, a go-getter as far as like business, right? To do a job. Or a go-getter as far as fighting. He said, I can't do it. I won't do it. I can't. He had brown eyes. We got number 10, so that would be October or just the 10 period. Okay, so that's just 12. Okay, he had to gain clarity in any situation. So we have tick-tock, time was going by. So we have the gun card, bulletproof. So we have right here that he was grossed out, or whoever was grossed out because he got shot. He got shot, wounded, and murdered 7 times, right? So he felt like, you can't disrespect me. He was going to see it with full eyes. Because somebody's budget plummeted. And we have right here, somebody's living in a plantation where living, needing more food, clothing, housing, love, money. So it was some sport words, fussing, cussing, or whatever. Can we make it right? Can we be friends or make this right or whatever? So something the store brought, whatever it was. And some sitting down happened. So we must get past this. I'm still handsome inside. So I'm trying to think. We got a stalker because they was following. Somebody was doing some following. Let's just roll a little bit. Somebody had a relapse. Somebody was on drugs. So, downfall. This should be fun. So complain when he hears it. Bear with me for a minute. Let's see. I don't see the judge card yet. I can't do it. That's too many cards. It's like I'm like going through so many cards just to get this story, Lord. Let's just see. It's supposed to be the culprit though. Oh my goodness, it's supposed to be the culprit, Lord. Okay, the person feel like this person could be like a fly on the wall. The actual person who set up this hit wanted to be like a fly on the wall to be able to see what was going on. So I feel what was store brought some kind of way was something as far as him and the person that who house he was at before he went to the car, maybe, or something store brought could have been this man purchasing the gun, maybe. I'm trying to say I must get past this. So maybe the person felt like he gonna get past this, murder somebody, and just go ahead on about his business. Because he didn't want to make it right at the car with the fussing. He was living in a plantation where living, and he needed that money that was offered to him because his budget plummeted. He felt like he was being disrespected by the victim, and he saw it with full eyes. So he did the murdering of the victim. Tick-tock time was going by because it was a set time period of what was going on, what was ready to be daylight soon. And he had to gain clarity in any and every situation. Number 10, he had brown eyes. The victim said, I can't with a situation, I can or I won't with whatever. Looking to see if he's a wildcat, somebody who will fight him, I guess, or whatever this is. Okay, so, or the man who sent him out to actually do the murdering, he wanted to see if the guy was a wildcat. Was he a go-getter? Was he a cowboy? Was he going to do it? Was he going to have a look of confidence and go do it and be that cowboy? So we have pick one. So we have the victim was going to pick one, and that is go to the show and have the regular job he had, unless it was this person was going to pick one, have the look of confidence because he shot 2 people at the time. He shot 2 people. So he really needed to be behind bars. So he had the look of confidence going there. Or we can say having a look of confidence. Once the guy was on trial, he had the look of confidence. And people had to do some picking or whatever was going on there as far as the courts. So we have outside, it was barely daylight, it was still night. Steps up was made to move around, or as far as a house, a job, to make money, or whatever this is, right? Or to move the trial to another place, or whatever this is. So somebody wanted some money some kind of way, or wanted something. And the victim shouldn't settle for it. Don't settle for the okie doke, because somebody wanted the victim to plant more with seed time, put some playful energy in. Steps up is made though. Maybe to, my mind keep going back to pills, maybe selling pills or something, where he said, I don't do that no more. Anything like that. He do plenty of good, but you can't keep him up in his wrong. So he wanted his mother for the loss of children. So it's obvious he wasn't gonna be scared of nothing, or this person who did this. Follow me? He had to take all his power back from this idiot. It was a network of them that is banking on him. So he felt like he struck a touchdown because he felt like he was free because he got the job done. That guy felt like he struck a touchdown because he felt he can go back to his child's mother, but he don't know. It's plenty of men out in the world. She could pick another one, and you can't shoot everybody because you're getting a fuss with them on the internet. He had a sheltered way of thinking in present mind. We got 1551. So the victim was seeing his potential, that he had lots of life to live, but it was stalking. The stalking needed to end, and it did end because he lost his life. Okay, so we have He was left out in the cold. So we had a person who ordered the hit. He felt left out in the cold by his female because she got a new man. Or the victim was left out in the cold because it was ice on the ground. So he was left out in the cold, laying in ice. Okay? So, might like the color coral. So we have person, it was a war zone because this person relapsed. This person was on drugs. Who this person, when he got somebody who take drugs. So if he didn't do it like he said he didn't, prove it like he said, prove it. Because if he know he didn't do it, he knows somebody else did it. But the person wanted to make sure, because he trusts him, that he ain't going to tell on him that he did it. But if he do, that mean he implicating himself. So he can definitely trust him. Yeah, the person felt like a genius with this card. Felt like a genius. Felt real smart. Felt like a genius. I pulled this off. I got off 2 times, and the job got done too. He felt like a genius. Go ahead and fight and stop running. Only you can make this happen in your life. So at that time period right there, the victim couldn't run anywhere because he was like boxed in. It wasn't, he couldn't run nowhere because it's like the car door sitting open. You got a car that's right there hitting the tip of your car door. It's about to hit your car door so close. You had your car door open and the tip of the person's car is about to hit your car door. That's how close the person rode to the car door. So you have nowhere to run. It's like you boxed in. Get what I'm saying? So it wasn't no running anyway. Go ahead and fight for your life. So it might have been some fighting. Stop running, fight for your life. But it's not, I'm going to change it. He couldn't run, so he was fighting for his life. Get what I'm saying, right? So we have right here that he needed some relaxation because he was a workhorse, because he already did a show that night already. So he really didn't get a lot of sleep because he just did a show up to like 1 o'clock or something. So he didn't get a bunch of sleep at all. If he might didn't get no sleep or whatever. And maybe he was going to sleep once he got on that plane. But then he didn't know it was going to be where he wound up sleeping forever. That this stuff was going to happen. But this guy knew that people were stalking him and after him. So I feel he was cruddy. Because you already know people after you. So if you know people after you, why do you have people in around you when you know that? But he could have told my nephew, because sometimes guys tell their friends things and they just brush it off like it ain't important. So he might have told him, I don't know. He is going to complain when he have it. It's going to be his downfall. Because the ride, I guess, taking a ride, getting that ride, he's going to complain because once he went to the house, I think this person was gay or something. I don't think he saw this person in a long time. So this person was a little different. Not shady, what you call it? He was something about him. So it was kind of uncomfortable. He's ready to get on the road and get away from him. Right? I see too many gay cards. Each time I do the storyline from whenever I did it 2020 to now, it keep coming out. Okay? He wanted to be secure and check his mind, right? So he ended up in a funeral parlor. Just what this card said, a company that house bodies when you don't treat it like the jewel it is. You end up in a funeral parlor where he lived, okay? That's what happened. But this person needed to go in treatment who did the shooting. This person was being confident in it. For sure. Okay. So we have changing up the hair, going dancing, having fun. He might was going to do that, the person who was the shooter or the person who ordered it, because all of this was over with. Or this was going to happen for the family and friends. as far as, no, this was going to happen with the victim. As far as like going to do a show, or this was going to happen with the family and friends. Not dance or anything, but go to the repast and things like that, or go to the funeral, anything like that, funeral service. So we have in the fall time. So in the fall time, so it was snow on the ground, so that it was winter time. So something could have started up or brewed up during the fall time, maybe. What is this? Yeah. So maybe I still didn't see the judge card, and I didn't see the I'm getting ready to end this right here though, because I don't want it to drag out too long. Got his friend who card was to do the shooting. He said he was home, and he could have been home. He could have been home. He could have been home, but just because he was home, that don't mean you didn't set things in motion. You might have been home, but that don't mean you didn't set things in motion. You could have been in your bed. Look at enough movies. People have alibis. You in your bed. You told them what to do. Get a fake phone. Not a fake phone. Some cheap phone and communicate from some cheap phone. Whatever it might be. Or you don't communicate at all. You just do whatever you do in talking. Face to face some kind of way. Whenever. And you just did it that way. Where there's no kind of paper trail and things like that. Because right here on the top it says you wish you could be like a flower on the wall. It would be freeing to you to actually saw the murder take place. It would be freeing to see it. But you needed to keep yourself away because you didn't want to be implicated. So you get somebody who take drugs some kind of way and give them money. But you didn't know if they was cowboy worthy. They're going to be like that cowboy and just do what you want to do with guns blazing. He was opinionized. Does he work worthy? Can he be that cowboy I want him to be? Yeah, he is that cowboy. He shot him 7 times. He was that cowboy. But it's time for him to pay the piper. It's time for him to pay. I don't want him to get one slice of Thanksgiving turkey not out here with his family. So I don't know what the prison serve and the jail serve. But out here, he don't need no more dishes, Thanksgiving dishes out here. Eating good, running around, having a good time. Not when he had my nephew in the wall. So yeah, I don't see the mastermind card. But I don't need the mastermind card, really, because really, you the one who had the problem. You had the problem with that guy. My nephew just was what they call it when you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because you heard the card say it was going to be his downfall. He was going to complain it's going to be his downfall. Going in his friend's house. He ain't seen his friend in a while. Oh yeah, I'll take you. You go there, sit there, and then you notice after a little while the person trying to flirt. Wait a minute, let me get out of here. You still trying to be respectful and all because you need to ride, but in a way it's uncomfortable for any man. If you're not a gay man, it's uncomfortable for people to be saying things to you. So once the time kind of came a little bit more, he said, wait a minute, let me go out here and I'll warm up the car because I'm trying to get out of here. It's feeling a little uncomfortable. Get my drift. So he going out to warm up the car. And when he go to warm up the car, it's still dark outside. People lying in wait out there because they assuming that it's the person that they want. And that is the owner of the car. And that would be the friend of his that was in the house flirting. So I feel the person didn't even know how the person actually looked. They just went off of, that's his car. If you see him go this car, that's him. But it wasn't him. And it didn't help because He had a hoodie on. I know he had a hoodie on. I just know he did. Because he always have hoodies. So I don't know if he had on the dark burnt orange one or a black one or a gray one. I don't know. He had one. He had one though. It was winter time, snow on the ground, so I'm quite sure it was on his head because if it's cold outside, you're going to have it on your head. So that blocks your vision somewhat a little bit to even see the car creeping up because you're focusing on trying to open up the car door, turning on the heat and things like that. So yeah, that was some coward stuff right there. I don't cuss. If I cuss though, I would say that would be some coward S, but I don't cuss. That's some coward stuff right there. When you come up on somebody and they don't have a chance to defend themselves, that's a coward way of being. And it's really a coward way to be into when you can't approach somebody yourself and you send somebody else to approach somebody for you. But either way, both of you cowards, however you done it, you, him, or whoever. So I'm just hoping that God get that double miracle because God got that double miracle in these cards in back of me. Where I'm going to do, I don't know how many it's going to take, but I'm going to put all these cards out, Lord. Maybe it'll take 2 more videos to make put these cards back down because it wouldn't go on it was on the computer yesterday, but it stopped, so I had to make it go over again. But yeah, that was a coward way of being. If you want to shoot somebody over a woman, newsflash, she can get with any man. You go to jail, you're going to see that she going to be with any man out here. She can still come see you and everything, but unless you got one of those ladies that's so super in love, they just going to sit there and just wait for you for like 20 years and waste her life away. But that just shows that she don't love herself if she even attempt anything like that. Give you a couple months and then she need to be free from you because you put yourself in there. And if you put yourself in there, nobody's obligated to be there for you and put their life on hold. So no wonder you're being so confident. Prove it, because if you're not the one who actually did it, you know that you're innocent. But you know who did it though. That's the thing about it. So you still got something done you wanted to get done. Because that's not a coincidence. That makes no sense. If the same car that you borrowed from a friend of yours, you borrowed this car from a friend of yours, if that's on camera and everybody looking at it on camera, somebody jump out of it and shoot my nephew. You saying you was home asleep. Well, who was driving the car? You the one brought the car. So who was driving it then? And who jumped out if it wasn't you? It's supposed to have been in your possession, remember? I don't know what questions they asked at court. I don't know what the lawyers asked, but evidently they ain't asked the right questions. Because if you borrowed the car, you supposed to have been in the car. If you wasn't in the car, who was riding it? If not you, because you the one had the problem with that guy, my nephew's friend. You had the problem, not these people. They didn't even know him. Well, maybe they did. I have no idea. So let's just see. I'm going to see if I can get 10 more. And if the judge don't come out, I'm just going to leave this alone right here. And I'm just going to go deep. Here you are. Look at that. God brought you up. The culprit. C-U-P-R-I-T. The culprit. It was an annoyance by you, the culprit. Okay, Lord. All right. I want that judge card to come out now. And the court card. I want to see the court and the judge. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, God. I told you I want to see the judge. You heard me say it? I am all tensed up. You residing in front of the judge. Told you, Lord, I want to see something deep. You was going to be bold and brave in this thing. I'll love you forever. So I feel like this is the victim to the family. I'll love you forever. You wanted this man to close the blinds to other females. You didn't want him looking at your female. But newsflash, if ladies walk in the street, people gonna see them, admire them, or whatever. You need to control yourself. Okay, let's just flow. Okay, it's some goodies on the cell phone. Pictures, texts, videos. They should have got your phone, but that's right. It wouldn't be on your phone, but somebody's phone, because it was a witness. That's a apartment complex. So it was some footage on the camera to the apartment building. But that thing, those pictures was, what is it, grimy? What they call it? Not grimy. Blurry. You couldn't even make out who it was. That's why you got out scot-free. But somebody in that apartment building, because I'm quite sure that you all didn't have a gun with a silencer on it. Majority of these people who shoot people in the hood, you hear the gunshots. They don't go around trying to find no silencer. So people heard the first shot, the second shot, the third shot. He was shot 7 times. So somebody saw, but they're afraid to talk. But I want God to bring out some kind of witness out here and say something, even if they can identify the person. Or if they got video footage where it could be. Okay, transporting. So it's transporting of drugs. So some kind of way the person was taking drugs or transporting drugs. That means giving drugs, selling drugs, taking however it's flowing. Okay, let's see. It was complicated for this person to show him good, show him love. Okay? But he felt it was complicated for his woman to show him good and show him love, but he would love her forever. He is going to go in fast like a sailor and not even have a wise mind and make the decision to get somebody to get rid of the new man. He was going to see what was right for him and see what was right in front of him. So he's going to get happy because he's going to be filling out some kind of paperwork. And the paperwork was for him to be able to get out of jail or not plead deal. He didn't need none of that paperwork to get out of jail because he got out. He went through 2 trials and they set him free. So let's just say, I don't know what paperwork he would have did other than that, unless he was getting a job because he didn't have a job. He need to taste what was on his plate, throw away the scraps. Might have a design rug, him or his friend. So he wanted to be free from a commitment of being in jail because he did get locked up back then, the main culprit. That's over 10 too. Dang, I went over. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. So I see the judge card. So this person did reside in front of a judge, but my focus is the person who actually did it. So this person actually did it and just lying and saying he was in his bed and his sister lying. Didn't they say that when you lie on the stand you get in trouble? So he's saying he was in bed and his sister saying he was in bed. That means she should be in trouble if he wasn't in bed and he jumped out of that car. He should get in trouble if he lied. Because anybody can leave their phone behind. That don't mean that you're not in the house. My phone can be left behind. I'm rushing out and leave my phone behind. I did that before. I don't like not having my phone, but I said, I can't go all the way back. Where's my phone? Yeah, but anybody can leave their phone behind on purpose. Leave it wherever. And it looks like you on your phone, I guess. Had the internet on or whatever he might have done. And it make it seem like he home. That don't mean that he home. Just because his phone said he was home, that don't mean he was home. He could have been right around the corner jumping out of that car. So if he didn't, he got his friend to do it, whoever card it was. Or he just, his friend who card was doing the driving, and they got somebody who take drugs to do it. Some drug addict person that wanted money because they ain't have money, and they just wound up doing it. Not that nobody did anything to him, but he wanted the money. So one thing we know, he ain't died by himself. Somebody pulled the trigger on a gun and made it happen. We know that. That's one thing. That's the facts. And the jury know that's the facts. Somebody murdered him. And the thing is, it should be where it's found out who did it. So if you're saying he didn't do it, well, who did it then? Okay, I'm going to end this right here because I wanted to see the court card, but I don't see the court card, a court date coming up or anything like that. So I really don't want to keep on doing it until it come out or anything like that. I do see the judge, so hopefully this culprit will get to see the judge and will be turned in because somebody decide they don't want to be afraid, and if they took any kind of footage, turn it into the law where this person can be hauled into jail and don't even get a slice of Thanksgiving turkey from his family. I did say on a video yesterday, I said I don't even eat meat. I'm a vegan. But like they say, turkey is not meat, but you know, when people look at turkey, they look at it still as meat, even though it's not meat as it's said, right? But I would eat a corner piece of turkey. I do that much if this person is caught. I would do that. That's how bad I want this person caught. I might would eat a whole chicken wing just if that person. I don't eat meat though, but I would eat it though and go back to my vegan lifestyle. I'm laughing. I'm serious though. I'm serious as I can be though. And I'll go right back to my vegan way of eating. Because I wouldn't be eating it for pleasure like people eat food for pleasure. I would be eating it for celebration, for right then, and being thankful because this person was caught. Okay, this is the Brass Love One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube. I'm going to put these other ones on behind this, even though they're supposed to come first. So I'm going to do them, and hopefully I can shorten it up to say a little bit more about this story to see if universe I want this year to end with us knowing something more than we know. And what we know is that that person who got hauled in when he got hauled in last year and the year before, that person there, he got set free, and we still don't have a murderer. So to give our family the total peace, the total healing, the total closure, to bring the person to justice who murdered our family member. Because he's out there enjoying his life, living his life like it's golden, living his life. And just going on with life like he didn't kill anybody. So anytime somebody can just murder somebody like that, they belong behind bars. They don't need to be on the street because they are a liability. They are a danger to society. That's the Brass Love One Healer Tarot 9 here on YouTube.